Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Nurzaharah with matrix number BB24110764, and for chapter 8 I'll be presenting question 3 for this tutorial session. So for question 3, there are 5 situations where I have to identify whether it is a short-term unemployment or long-term unemployment and give some explanation to my answers. So before we go into the question, let me share some info about what is short-term and long-term unemployment. So for short-term unemployment, it is basically a situation in which an individual will remain unemployed for a brief period of time, typically a few weeks to a few months. And some of the causes are frictional unemployment, seasonal unemployment, and temporary layoffs. And what is long-term unemployment? It is basically a situation where an individual remains unemployed for an extended period, basically 6 months or longer. And some of the causes are structural unemployment, lack of job opportunities, automation or industry decline, and limited education or qualification. Okay, so let's move on to the first situation, which is situation A. So for this situation is a construction worker laid off because of bad weather. So for this question, my answer is short-term unemployment. Why? Because the construction worker is temporarily off due to the bad weather, which is it is a common situation for this industry or for this field, which is seasonal unemployment. So the workers are still in demand, so there is no need for them to retrain or switch to another career. So when the weather improves, their work will resume. So this is basically a case of short-term unemployment. Next situation, a manufacturing worker who loses her job at a plant in an isolated area. So for this situation, my answer is long-term unemployment, because when a worker loses a job in a manufacturing plant especially located in an isolated area, the local labor market may have limited job opportunities, so they might face prolonged unemployment as they have to retrain or find a new location to find a new position or find a new job. So, and it might take some time, so that's why my answer is long-term unemployment. The next situation is a stagecoach industry workers laid off because of competition from railroads. So for this question, my answer is long-term unemployment, because this entire stagecoach industry is disappearing due to new technology like railroads. Before that, what is stagecoach industry? So the stagecoach industry is a transportation business, like where they use horse-drawn vehicles for carrying passengers, goods, and wheels. Okay, so moving back to the question. So since the stagecoach industry is disappearing due to new technology like railroads, the workers' skills in that old industry will become less relevant. So the jobs in that industry will no longer exist. So the worker might need to retrain or switch to a completely different type of job. So it might take some time to find a new job, to find new skills. So that's why my answer is long-term unemployment. Okay, and the next question is a short order cook who loses his job when a new restaurant opens across the street. My answer is short-term unemployment, because for this situation, the reason why he lost his job is because of there's an increased competition, but not because of his skills are no longer useful. So as a short order cook, he still has that cooking skills that are still in demand in many other restaurants or food outlets. So since his skills are still valuable and many restaurants exist, he should be able to find a new job soon. So that's why it is a short-term unemployment. Okay, and the last one is question E. An expert welder with little formal education who loses her job when the company installs automatic welding machinery. My answer for this question is long-term unemployment. Why? Because since her job has been replaced by the machine, this is called technological unemployment. So even though she is an expert welder, the demand for manual welding may decrease because many companies are switching to automation to save costs and increase the efficiency. So since she has a very little formal education, it might be difficult for her to switch to another type of job that quickly, and she may need to go through another training or education to increase her knowledge. So yeah, that might take a longer time. In conclusion, she will be unemployed for a long time. And yeah, that's why my answer for this question is long-term unemployment. Okay, that's all for my answers for this question 3, and that's all from me. Thank you.